And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Here's the give off the left side. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29. Let's think just a little bit about San Diego State. They're the new #1 team in the country. What do they need to do to stay in that spot?
Well, and it's cool to see this team earn that, right? Like they haven't been #1. They had to go get it on the field, and now it's got to stay on the field, Jesse. One game at a time. Don't get over our skis. Think about too many things in the future. Think about today.
Yeah, they've got to have a sense of urgency now, especially knowing with that #1 beside the name, they're going to get everybody's best shot. So they've got to step up. They've actually got to elevate their play now, I think, to keep this thing moving forward.
They'll go to the air on 3rd and short. Intercepted for the 11th time. Oh, he's got some space. Touchdown, Charlotte. The defense putting points on the board.
And the defense sets the tone early in this football game. We're still in the first quarter, and this is looking like they're putting a complete game together. Offense scoring, defense scoring. Palmer, they're up 2 touchdowns already.
Yeah, you got to give this coaching staff credit. They have their guys ready to go, and this is what you call firing on all cylinders early in a game.
And the penalty accepted, and they'll move them back. They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Gonna run it. It's Sutton. He's past the sticks. And works it to the 40-yard line. That'll be a first down.
One of the things I love about this offense, Reese, is they have tons of speed. They like to try to get the ball going east-west. That time they generate a huge play going to the right side.
And the defense either not fast enough to fit or got knocked out of the fit.
Yeah, they got to do a better job containing that as this game goes on. They got to funnel the football back to the middle of the field.
Drops back on first down. Left side is Washington. Makes the grab in their space. At the 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Aztecs! He got loose, and it was lights out after that.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And he added the extra point. Let's see what he can do with the return. He's out of bounds at his own 15-yard line, looking for running room, and couldn't find much on that return. Charlotte's offense comes out to go on the attack. The early scripts have worked trying to add to this 14-7 lead. See some running room. He's past the marker. It's a seam wide open. He's now piled up 68 yards on the ground, and that magical 1,000-yard mark is oh so close.
Hey, listen, explosive plays comes in all different shapes and sizes. That time they attack the outside to the left on the ground, and that is a momentum-shifting play.
They know they have a huge advantage there. I expect them to go right back to it.
And what do you do now if you're on defense? You got to be expecting that they're going to try and tack that side of the field, maybe in the same way, maybe on this next play right here.
There's not anywhere near good ball placement.
What a play by the defender that time, because he's matched up one-on-one man coverage against an outstanding wide receiver, and it's the defender who makes the play. Really, really good position. He was up to the challenge. Be interesting to see if this quarterback goes his way again.
Keeps it himself. He'll toss it. Hit and stopped right there. Not much on that pickup. They've got the ball at midfield, but they're facing a 3rd and long. Quarterback keeps it. Pass to 6. Push out of bounds at the 39-yard line. A big pickup on that run.
And as a defensive guy, man, when you play a QB like this that will take off and run and has the speed to make you pay, it just limits what you can do. It limits the amount of coverages. It just makes you play a lot more hesitant. And you can see right there, man, the guy's got speed. Interested to see how this defense continues to attack this QB.
Looking for the edge. He'll pitch it. And that might have been a bad read as the defense just swarms all over the pitch man.
Really good job by this defense, understanding responsibility football, playing the first option, playing the second option. There was absolutely nowhere to go. Nice job being dialed in exactly where the ball was going and how to get him to the ground.
Here's some daylight. Breaks into the open. And they explode on that one, and they've got it down to the 22.
Well, we're only in the first quarter, and already this guy has 2 explosive runs. He told us coming into this one he thought he could have a big day statistically against this defense. There was something he saw on film that made him believe he was going to have a lot of success, and he's already doing it now. He is breaking off big ones. He's showing you the vision. He's showing you the speed. Defense has no idea how to stop him.
Short pickup of 4 on first down, dealing with a 2nd and 6. Hit and dropped in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball off.
Already well within field goal range. Wonder how aggressive they'll be on 3rd and long from the 22. Now the toss. There's a little room there. And he's run out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they keep him out of the end zone for the moment. The 49ers will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. In the red area, it's Cobb. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater.
First down and goal, I bet you the percentages are really high for run, and this defense was ready for it. They got to match the physicality right here, right now in this situation.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, 49ers.
And that's the way you punctuate the long drive. Nice job being physical, getting that ground game going, and Jesse finishing with the ground game.
Yeah, really, I think that drive is really a microcosm of what they've been doing all game, right? Imposing their will by running the football. The defense knew it was coming, and they still couldn't stop them.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. Tackled and brought down at the 23-yard line, so not a whole lot of room on that return. This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. Wants to throw on first. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it.
And those are frustrating. Like, those drops really annoy you because those running backs are always asking to be more a part of the game plan. Get the ball more, touch it more. An awesome opportunity in the pass game to make a play, ball right in his hands, and that is a missed opportunity.
Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. Takes it the other way. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football. they come to the line. They'll run it. It's Cobb. And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter. Time has expired here in the quarter, and it's Charlotte on top. Man, that was an impressive and dominant first quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. Big turning point as we head into the second and get this game rolling again. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer.
This is the most important part of the field. What you did to get down here means nothing. Nice job by this defense, staying confident, staying aggressive, and forcing a third down and goal.
This defense was put in a difficult spot, but they've made it tough, and now the offense faces third and goal. Picked off to stop the threat. Takes the pick back to the 32-yard line, and now this offense will be in business. The Aztecs offense ready to go back to work. Mistakes are going to happen as they did on that last drive. Now how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field and score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I'd have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Here's a give to Washington. He'll be brought down quickly after a very short gain.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
The Aztecs are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. They'll try to get the first through the air. Got his man. That'll be enough for the first down, and they'll mark it at the 48. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the first.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down, how to make it an easy pitch and catch for the quarterback, and that's what it was on 3rd and short.
They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. These corners going to give them some space. Looking for a crease. There he goes. They are finding soft spots in this defense. He's got it down to the 25. And the Aztecs are moving quickly down the field. We'll see if this offensive line is ready for the blitz. Rushes on. Gets rid of it. Out wide left, it's Washington. Stop right there. The Aztecs want to move quickly.
And I like a good check down as much as anybody. Survey the field, don't make a mistake. Check it down to your running back, let him do the rest. But there was 2 guys right next to him. So that was actually a little bit of a dangerous throw, but you could tell they were definitely locked in, and they were not going to let that running back catch that football and go anywhere after the catch.
The Aztecs call their first timeout. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. Using his legs, it's Sutton. Tackle is made right at the 20-yard line after a pickup of 4.
And I like the run there. The offense doesn't have to press. They've got some time still left before the half. And more importantly, they've got to cut into this lead. They're down a couple of scores. This would be enormous. The locker room will feel so different if they can punch this in for a touchdown before the half.
He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down.
And this defense has got to be jacked up, man. They finally forced the 4th down, right? They've gotten a couple of first downs, got some things going, but I think it's decision time for this offense. And this D's got to do it one more time, right? They've got to get another play, a big 4th down stop here to get some of that momentum and get the football back.
Plowing on 4th down. Turning it on. Got some room headed to the goal line. He'll be pushed out of bounds just short of the end zone, and that one saved a touchdown at least for now. Well, the head coach said he was going to be aggressive. 4th and 2 is kind of right on that edge, but he goes for it and gets it done.
He said he was going to be aggressive, and he backed it up. That's one thing you want to see. You want to hear your coaches talk, and you want to see him back it up on the field.
No room to run, and he stopped right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and goal.
What a great play by the linebacker. You talk about filling a hole. Defensive line does their jobs. He comes in the hole and says, sit out, sir.
Got stopped on 1st down. They'll try it again from the 2. We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Marches ahead, and he charges across the line. Touchdown, San Diego State. Getting set for the point after. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. They took it 68 yards on that drive and finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2.
San Diego State, 14.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He's able to work his way on the return up to the 23 before he steps out of bounds. Opening play of this drive will come from their own 23. Looking for room, it's Middleton. At the 35, he's loose. And how much running room have they been able to find just all day? They are piling up unbelievable rushing stats. After the big play to start, now they are on the move at their own 45. This quarterback part of their running game. Dropped immediately. He got nothing on 1st down.
You know, they went QB designed run, but there just was nowhere for their quarterback to go. He couldn't go outside, and there was just way too many bodies on the inside for him to get anything positive. They lose it.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. On the option. The pitch. And the 4th option there is to throw it in reverse, and that's what happened on that one.
And that just looked off. The timing, the rhythm, I don't know what it was, but usually that option, man, it's so precise, right? Like really quickly making a read, and you could tell they weren't on the same page. It went absolutely nowhere. Defense won that rep.
They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. He got a little antsy at the line of scrimmage, and they'll move him back. They'll take the penalty and move them back. Looking to convert, they'll go to the Wildcat. On the direct snap, it's Cobb. Out wide, it's Danzy. He's not going to get there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down decision. Now San Diego State will spend its 2nd timeout. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this 1st half. And the 49ers will try to pin them back with the punt. Oh, man, that is an absolute rocket launcher of a punt. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the 1st half. Fresh set of downs going up top. Great job to separate the ball from the receiver there.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Snap on first down, wants to throw. Going to take a shot at this DB. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, this quarterback has really found a nice rhythm early, and he's in firm control and command of everything that's happening. They've had 2 drives, they've scored 2 touchdowns, and here on their 3rd possession, he still wants to take shots. That one obviously falls incomplete, but if you're him, I would keep spinning the beam.
And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
Another off throw from this quarterback, and they knew coming into the game that they were going to have success. They had to be efficient throwing the football, and they have not been that so far. Whether it's been pass pro, bad routes, bad throws, they're not getting it done right now through the air.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
Looking for room. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Fellas, welcome into the Week 13 edition of the EA Sports College Football Update Show. So many seasons on the line. We begin with Boise State taking on the number 23 team, the Old Dominion Monarchs. And it's the Broncos with a statement victory here and a surprising result. Going into this game, they did not look like the better team. The victory caps off a 6-6 regular season, and now the waiting game for a possible bowl invitation. Here now some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
The Aztecs offense makes its way onto the field to start this drive. They start this 3rd quarter 1-possession game and hoping to get an early drive going.
This offense is ready, and they're ready to take the field here and see if they can get something established. They don't have to change everything and reinvent the wheel. They've had some successes in the first half, so let's get that continued here on the opening drive.
Yeah, and I love getting that break at half to go talk with my coaches and pick my offensive coordinator's brain so I know exactly what I need to do to attack this defense.
Going long. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
We've seen this offense click and hum, and it's not clicking. And something's a little bit off. And I like the deep shot down the field. At least it was an interception. But they got to find a way in this O to manufacture some first downs and some passing yards because everything's been difficult today.
Turns it upfield. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down. And the Aztecs come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Fresh set of downs going to the air. Right side, it's Bostic.
Hey, listen, on offense, just take what the defense gives you. The quarterback looks out wide. He sees the DB way off of the receiver. Throw him the easy hitch pass. He'll take that completion.
The Aztecs with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Finds a crease. It's Sutton. Oh, he's got some space. Give him 88 yards rushing, and that should be no surprise. He's been among the nation's elite all season.
And that's a good 2nd down run. Commit to the running game. Run the football. Great gain. Great job by the offensive line. Keep it rolling.
And the Aztecs look to keep this drive humming. Keeps it on the ground. Might have picked up a couple on that one before he was knocked down.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Sells to fake. Left side is Brown. He'll go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. A big play as this offense in business. The Aztecs, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. Takes the handoff, and he's going right. Swamped immediately.
You know, if you want to run the ball up the middle, you're going to have to block that guy. I mean, nobody even touched him, and he slanted right into the backfield, made the tackle for loss.
Lost yardage leaves them looking at 2nd and 14. From the gun. Throws to the wideout. Out wide right, it's busted. And he stopped, brought down at the 18. It'll be enough for the first down. And the Aztecs come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. They'll run it in the red zone. It's Sutton. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here.
Winning first down is such a big deal on defense, like getting them into more predictable situations, more passing situations. Nice job not giving up a lot of run after contact on that first down.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Kept the last one on the ground, now they'll throw. Got it! They will score! Touchdown Aztecs! Looking for the tie with the extra point. And they did make the extra point, and we have a tie ball game here in the third. 75 yards on the touchdown drive, and they finish it up with a 15-yard scoring toss. And he takes this from inside the 5. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. So the 49ers offense ready to set up shop. Now they'll try to answer that score with one of their own and regain the lead here in the third. On the run, it's Cobb. Oh, gives him the tough stiff arm. Works his way ahead for 3 out to the 14. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. They're going to test that run defense to the right here. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front 7 tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
They need a huge play on 3rd and long. Quarterback changing the play. White from the gun on 3rd down. Complete. Gets it out past the 20 to the 21-yard line. It's a first down as this offense tries to put together a long drive.
Hey, man, that's unbelievable. That is a really good job of seeing the blitz right away and getting rid of the football. Like, that is quarterback 101. Understand they're blitzing, they're coming, see it, take advantage of it, get the completion, and move the sticks.
Got to be smart, patient, great vision, uses all of that to get to the 29.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
They give it to him again. Defense all over him.
Yeah, you just feel like the running back's asking for redemption on that one. You know, 2nd and short, and you're giving him the football. He can't get the first himself. Now it's 3rd down. He's looking over on the sideline like, call it again, throw me the ball, I can go do this. It's never a good feeling for the running back in that situation.
They'll try to move the chains on 3rd and short from the 27. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. Knocked down in the backfield, 2 yards behind the line.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill. They've given up some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success. But on that play, really downhill, really physical, and a nice job getting him to the ground.
He's got great speed. Well, they finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. San Diego State takes over as the offense is ready to go to work. They evened things up the last time they had him. The defense helped them out and a chance to go on top with this drive. Escapes the pressure to his right. Going to try to get it himself. Nice run there. Picks up a few and they'll force him out of bounds.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Man, it's so hard to limit these quarterbacks, and they're spreading you out all over the field. When they take off, it's hard to limit the damage. Nice job limiting the damage. And I'll tell you what, make it physical. Finish those plays and try to tackle that guy and make him think about running the football in the future.
Here comes the offense on second down. Tackled almost immediately. Not a whole lot on that one.
And it's not sexy, and it's not these long plays all the time. But this QB does such a good job of picking up 4 to 5 and making it where you're always ahead of the sticks and just letting you know, we'll run it. We'll take advantage of this guy's speed, and we're going to make you defend him throughout this football game.
They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the third period. Very close to putting a bow on this one. Gives us a minute to check out the top 25 here in the final week of the season and to wonder what type of impact this result will have on these rankings. This is when winning plays are made, and we start right now in the fourth. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Play action on first down. Buying a little time to his left. And the defense making a play, getting a hand on that pass.
And you want the interception on defense, but most of the time coaches are preaching, knock the ball down, knock the ball down. It's not because they can't catch. They really don't catch well. But the defender's main job has to be separating that ball from the wide receiver. Usually that requires knocking that thing down as the wide receiver's trying to catch him.
Second and long here. Pulls it. He'll keep it on second down. Breaks the tackle. Nowhere to go on that one. He's going to lose 5.
And I think that time the quarterback made the wrong read. He was trying to pitch it. He didn't have to, though. There's a lot of green grass and space out in front of him. If he just holds onto that football, he might not score a touchdown, but he's definitely going to be able to at least get positive yards. I think that's a play on the option the quarterback would like to have back.
On third and long, he'll need to push it downfield. Keeping his eyes downfield. Unleashes one. Out wide left, it's Brown. He's stopped right at the 29-yard line, and it'll be fourth down.
That's really nice fundamentals by a right-handed quarterback, going to his left, getting the shoulder turned and the hips around, helping him make a very accurate throw.
And it's good! They take the lead here in the fourth.
And I think I like the call, man. You got an opportunity to take the lead in the fourth quarter. Go for the kick. He executes it perfectly. Defense, now it's your turn. We got the lead. We got to get a stop.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Charlotte will send the offense back onto the field. After giving up that field goal, they find themselves trailing and trying to do something about it on this drive. Trying to get the corner. Got an alley. Breaks into the open. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
Well, this is an offense that has a lot of speed, and they have different guys they would love to get the football to in space, and they can find a lot of different ways to do that. I love the idea of going option here and trusting your quarterback to make the right read. If no one accounts for the pitch, man, he's going to get it to the outside, and you see the speed on the perimeter. Really clever play call that time by the O coordinator.
Keeps it himself. Oh, there's a loose football on the bad pitch. Defense trying to take it back. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
And this is really frustrating as a coach. Great job running the option, making the right read, getting down the field. You got to take care of the football now. You did the hard part. We got to worry about taking care of the football and the option all the time. Get on the ground, live to fight another play.
San Diego State trying to get things moving on this drive. Tough run here. It's Sutton. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
They'll ride him again. Rumbles all the way down to the 6-yard line before he goes out of bounds, and he gives him a 1st and goal. He's up to 107 yards on the ground, and that's just another routine day for this guy who's been among the nation's leaders in rushing all season long. Tells the play fake, wants to throw on 1st down. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, San Diego State. He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point extends the lead to double figures at 10. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And he got into the house from the 6 to finish it. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. Charlotte has the ball back. The 49ers offense will return to the field. Time is running short. They've let this game get away from them a little bit. They must get something done here to have a chance to pull it out late. Might have a chance. Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42. And now this offense is clicking. That's the type of explosive play you love to start a drive with. 1st down from the 42. Going to audible here. Let's see what they do. Not always the O-line. Sometimes those receivers want to get a jump on the snap count, and they'll move them back. So important to keep your concentration. Get off on the snap count, not before it. It's 1st and 15. Just going to keep it after the snap. And he didn't have a whole lot of operating room after the juke, and he stopped for a short gain.
Quarterbacks generally, guys, we know, they're not as big and not as physical runners as running backs, so it is going to be trickier for them to break tackles. I like the idea of getting the design quarterback run game going, but moving forward, let's see if we can get him out to the perimeter.
Sees a crease. There he goes. The 30, the 20. Touchdown, Niners. How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option?
Man, this dude has been a problem today. Almost 200 yards rushing. Rips off another long run. He has been impossible to stop. They've featured him, and Palmer, I would continue to feature him.
Yeah, I would too, David. I think he's the definition of a running back that gets better as the game goes on. The more and more you give him the football, he just seems to get stronger. He seems to get faster. People do not want to tackle this guy for 60 minutes. He is putting on a show.
He's not quite going to get there, and the try for 2 fails, and they are unable to cut into this lead any further. Now they'll try to get another possession with an onside kick. Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do. Guys, we're about to get another look at this San Diego State offense. That last score the defense allowed made it a one-possession game, and there is plenty of pressure to have a productive drive here. Had to work to pick up 3 down to the 33-yard line.
Well, this offense thinks that they have enough left in the tank here to run the football and run all the time off the clock. They got the lead late. Didn't get the first down on that last one, but it's not going to surprise anybody if they turn around and hand it off again here.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down and 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. There's a crease. And he's dragged down. They'll mark it at the 19. Into the red zone. It'll be first down. The Aztecs are in the red zone. The give on the counter. Fights through the pile and picks up a couple down to the 16. Timeout called here on defense, so they'll have a couple remaining in addition to the 2-minute stoppage to try to maximize time and get the football back. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. They'll go to the counter. He's stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. And if you didn't know this was a big play, the crowd is telling you, a huge 3rd down. The clock winds down to the 2-minute timeout, and this offense will try to drain away the time and secure the victory. This 3rd down play might be the last chance for this defense to stay in the game. Finds his man on the RPO. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8. The defense quickly calls a timeout, trying to save as much clock as possible. $1:57 left. And the Aztecs will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Nothing doing, and he was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage at 2nd and goal.
Yeah, and I think my thought process needs to be points are good. Because if I get a field goal here, that's fine. I take the lead by more than a field goal. They got to go the length of the field. But I also want to run this clock, let it continue to work. But the goal is to get a touchdown. So let's see what this offense dials up next.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The run up the middle, trying to find his way to the goal line. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Aztecs! They put up another score here in the 4th, and they are well on their way to an 11-1 regular season. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he knocked that one right down the middle. So they move the ball 37 yards on the drive. And what a way to finish it with a 9-yard touchdown run. On the move from inside his 5. Smacks it with the stiff arm. He steps out of bounds just across the 20 at the 21. Decent starting field position here. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. Looking for the edge. He'll toss it. And that one will go in reverse. The defense all over that pitch on the option.
I think at this point of the game now in the second half, down by as many points as they are, it's going to be really hard for the offense to sprinkle in the run. They tried it there. It didn't work. I think you got to be thinking about the passing game now and start trying to identify playmakers out in the perimeter of the field that can get you back in this game.
And he finds enough running room, and he's marked down at the 20. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, backed up inside their 20. Throwing, White. Look out! Unloads in the nick of time.
After that incompletion, 4th and long now on your own side of the field, you're trailing in the 4th quarter. What's your go-to play call here in the passing game? Where is the matchup that you trust in to come up with a big one to give yourself a chance to stay alive and win this game?
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection.
And I don't know what happened at halftime, but man, did this defense play night and day different. They got it together, and really, they gave so much momentum to their offense by continuing to get stops, playing totally different with energy, with passion. Palmer, it's a clinic from first half to second half to what this defense just did.
Yeah, kudos to the coaching staff, too, for the adjustments they were able to make at halftime and showing a couple of different looks here in the second half. But at the end of the day, it's about the Jimmies and the Joes on the field. Those guys were winning their one-on-one matchups defensively, shutting this offense out. You're right, David, night and day, and that's why they're winning this game.